My husband calls his abuse pranks. The internet disagrees. I am not your plaything. Stop touching me. I screamed these words at the top of my lungs, my voice cracking as the entire cafe fell dead silent. Strangers were staring. The barista looked terrified, but my husband, Leo, he just smirked, held up his phone, and whispered loud enough for the camera to hear. Relax, you're ruining the shot. That was the moment I realized this wasn't a marriage. It was a content farm for his amusement, and I was done being the prop. Here is how I finally made him stop laughing. My husband, Leo, has this ridiculous habit of thinking the world exists for his amusement. He calls it playfulness. I call it harassment. For some reason, he gets a thrill out of putting me on the spot in front of other people and watching my reaction. It's not subtle either. He'll spill drinks near me on purpose, drop heavy hints to strangers about things I've confided in him, or pretend to trip and push me just enough to make me flinch and look like a fool. I've been telling him for years that I hate it, that it makes me anxious, that it's humiliating. He keeps doing it anyway, and every time I react, I get the same line. You're overreacting. Lighten up. 2 weeks ago, we were at a new fusion cafe where a friend of his, Maya, works as a barista. Leo decided it would be funny to accidentally bump me with his elbow while ordering coffee, right when a table of strangers was looking our way. He whispered loudly, "Careful, don't spill your drink. It's Instagram worthy." I froze, my face burning with anger and embarrassment. I spun around, loud enough for a couple of people near the counter to hear. "Leo, stop it. I've told you over and over I hate this attention. Why do you keep humiliating me in front of strangers?" He laughed awkwardly, putting a hand on my back. "Relax, it's just a joke." "It's not a joke," I snapped. "You know exactly how uncomfortable this makes me, and you do it anyway." A few people stared, whispering to each other. I felt my blood pressure spike as I realized some strangers probably thought I was overreacting. Leo went quiet, shifting uncomfortably, but he wasn't backing down. He smirked and muttered, "You're so dramatic." By the time we got our drinks, he tried again. He leaned close and whispered something like, "See, everyone loves us having fun. Why are you being such a downer?" I shoved him back and yelled, loud enough that several people turned, "I am not your plaything. Stop touching me. Stop treating my boundaries like a joke." He went red in the face and muttered, "You always have to ruin everything." "Ruin everything?" I yelled back. "You push me into situations like this, Leo. You are reckless, selfish, and completely disrespectful." The barista, Maya, looked uncomfortable, glancing between us. One of the cafe's regulars tried to make a joke to lighten the tension, and I snapped at them. "Don't you dare laugh at this. He's deliberately trying to make me miserable." Leo muttered, "You're insane sometimes." And I shot back, pointing at him. "I wouldn't be yelling if you weren't a childish idiot who thinks humiliating your partner is entertainment." The argument didn't end there. Later that evening, I posted a cryptic story on Snapchat. Some people think controlling others is cute. Spoiler, it's not. Leo saw it immediately and started texting me nonstop, calling me dramatic and accusing me of making him look bad in front of people he works with. I yelled back over WhatsApp voice notes, going on for what felt like an hour, listing every incident where he ignored my protests and boundary requests, calling him selfish, reckless, and entitled. The next morning, Leo didn't just ignore my rants. He escalated. He posted a story tagging me in a blurry photo of us at the cafe, captioned, "Drama Queen strikes again. Can't take a joke." I replied publicly on my Instagram story, "Some people think harassment is playful. Reality check, it isn't." Then came texts, phone calls, and Instagram DMs from mutual friends asking what was going on. Leo tried to spin the story, saying I had flipped out and was overly sensitive. I responded with screenshots of his deliberate pranks, tagging no one, but leaving them visible so anyone who stumbled upon them could see. By the end of the week, our apartment had turned into a battlefield. Every notification caused anxiety and shouting. If Leo tried to touch me, I pushed him away while yelling about years of boundary violations. He would respond with insults, calling me dramatic, controlling, and impossible. I would respond in kind, childish, reckless, selfish, manipulative. Even friends were dragged into it. One friend, trying to mediate, made a joking comment about my reaction, and I snapped, "Don't you dare belittle this. Leo's the one who thinks my panic is entertainment." Leo tried to defend himself, yelling at both of us, and I yelled back, escalating it further. The shouting spiraled until someone finally left the apartment, unable to deal with it. Every interaction, every public outing, every shared social media post became a fight waiting to happen. At brunch with some coworkers, Leo decided to tease me by loudly questioning my coffee order, making me look indecisive in front of them. I yelled, "Stop humiliating me. You are pathetic, childish, and incapable of acting like an adult." A few coworkers laughed nervously. I yelled at them too, calling them blind, complicit, and rude for letting him get away with it. Leo yelled back, calling me dramatic and impossible to deal with, and the shouting continued until we were asked to leave. Even small things escalated. If he nudged me in passing, I would snap, and if If I raised my voice, he would respond louder. Social media became a battlefield. Stories, DMs, tags, cryptic posts, voice notes. Each insult, each screenshot, each reaction fueled the next argument. Update 1. The next morning, Leo tried to smooth things over in the most infuriating way possible. He posted a boomerang on Instagram of us at the gallery, grinning awkwardly at the camera with the caption, "Couples who fight love harder," and tagged me. I stared at my phone for a solid minute, feeling my blood boil. I immediately responded on my own story. I posted a photo of our cluttered kitchen counter, coffee cups scattered everywhere, with the caption, "Some people think boundaries are optional," not tagging him, just letting anyone who followed me see what was going on. He saw it within seconds. Then the call started. Leo blew up my WhatsApp with a non-stop stream of voice notes, almost 50 in a row, each one more furious than the last. "You humiliated me. Why do you always have to make everything about you?" I responded with a voice note so sharp I nearly startled myself. "You've been humiliating me for years. You know exactly what you're doing. Stop trying to twist this onto me." Then it spilled over into our friend group. Leo started sending screenshots of my story to mutual friends, framing it as if I was out of control and overreacting. Naturally, I didn't stay quiet. I screenshot his old posts, DMs, and moments where he had triggered me repeatedly and sent them back to the same friends with a note. "You can see what I've been putting up with." By midweek, our apartment felt like a war zone. Every ping on my phone made my stomach clench because it meant a new fight was about to start. Leo would leave passive-aggressive voice notes, half apologies, half blame. I would respond with long, heated rants, calling him reckless, selfish, childish, manipulative, entitled, and completely incapable of listening. One morning, we both got stuck in the elevator on the way to work. "Before I tell you what happens next, don't forget to like and subscribe." He glared at me and said, perfectly calm but dripping with contempt, "You're dramatic and impossible." I snapped instantly. "And you're reckless and disrespectful. Stop pretending this is my fault. You've been provoking this for years." The tension didn't stop with just us. Our friends started getting dragged in whether they wanted to be or not. One friend, trying to mediate, joked, "Maybe you two just need to chill." I whipped around at them. "Don't you dare try to minimize this. He's been deliberately trying to humiliate me for years, and you're going to sit there and joke about it." Leo yelled over me, calling me insane and impossible to reason with. I yelled back, calling him a spoiled, reckless, entitled brat who doesn't understand a single thing about anyone but himself. Social media became its own battlefield. I was posting cryptic, targeted Instagram stories. Leo responded by tagging me sarcastically, making passive-aggressive polls, and sending DMs to mutual friends, trying to manipulate the narrative. Every post I made, he countered. Every counter he made, I escalated. It was relentless. By Friday, our fights were reaching public spaces. At the coffee shop, he loudly commented on my drink choice in a way designed to make me look indecisive in front of the barista and other customers. I snapped, raising my voice so everyone could hear. "Stop humiliating me. You're a childish, reckless idiot who thinks my discomfort is funny." A couple of customers laughed nervously. I didn't hold back. I yelled at them too. "Don't you dare laugh at this. You're blind and complicit if you let him treat someone like this." Leo's face turned red. He yelled back, calling me dramatic and impossible to deal with. I shouted even louder, "And you're a selfish, manipulative, pathetic man who has zero respect for anyone else." Every interaction that week felt like a minefield. A phone notification meant screaming. If he walked into a room, it meant confrontation. Social media feeds were filled with posts, stories, DMs, and voice notes, each one another weapon in our never-ending battle. Even small things triggered massive fights. A nudge from him in the kitchen could spiral into half an hour of shouting. A joking comment from a friend could ignite an argument that lasted hours. Every insult, every eye roll, every passive-aggressive message became fuel. Update 2. It all came to a head 2 weeks later at Ryland's rooftop bar, where Leo had insisted we meet some friends for a casual Friday night. I had a sinking feeling about going, but part of me wanted to at least appear calm. I should have known better. As soon as we arrived, Leo decided it would be funny to live stream part of the evening on Instagram without asking me. The camera focused on me while he whispered sarcastically, "Watch everyone notice how uptight she gets." I froze, my heart pounding. "Leo, turn that off." I said no live streaming me. I yelled across the rooftop, loud enough for a crowd of about 20 people to hear. People turned, some shocked, some trying not to laugh. He grinned, thinking he had the upper hand. "It's just a joke. Everyone loves this. Relax." "No," I shouted back. "This is harassment, and I am done being your entertainment. You are childish, reckless, and pathetic. You humiliate me every chance you get." A few of our friends tried to intervene. One stepped between us, saying, saying, "Hey, can you two just chill?" I spun around, furious. "Don't you try to mediate. He's been deliberately making me miserable for years, and you're going to stand there like it's nothing? Blind, complicit, and rude." Leo's face went red. He yelled back, "You're the one who ruins everything. You always make a scene." I leaned closer, pointing at him. "No, you've made this public for years. Every prank, every Instagram post, every whisper to strangers. You've been escalating this. Stop pretending this is my fault." By now, the crowd was watching. Some people were recording on their phones. He realized he was losing control, so he tried to drag me aside. I refused, screaming louder, "You want private? Too late. You've pushed me into a public showdown, Leo. You're selfish, entitled, manipulative, and completely incapable of respecting anyone else." He screamed back, "You're dramatic and impossible." I shot back, "And you're a pathetic, reckless, childish brat who thinks boundaries are optional." The friends who had tried to intervene were now half shocked, half entertained. Someone whispered, "Whoa, they're really yelling at each other," and I yelled at them too. "Don't just stand there. You've been letting him get away with this for years. Complicit." Leo tried one last move, a passive-aggressive Instagram story tagging me with the caption, "Drama Queen Strikes Again." I responded immediately, "Live on my own story," showing the rooftop chaos and adding the caption, "Some people don't understand consent or boundaries." Reality check. It's not cute. By this point, the fight had fully spilled into social media. Friends started DMing me, asking for screenshots of everything he had done over the past weeks. I posted a few cryptic stories, tagging no one, but making it clear who had been at fault. Leo finally stopped yelling. He looked around, realizing a few strangers, friends, and coworkers had now seen the full extent of his behavior. His face was red, embarrassed, and furious. I took a deep breath, chest heaving, realizing the power dynamic had shifted. He had gone too far in public, and there was no way to spin this without looking reckless and entitled. The rest of the night was tense, but quieter. We didn't speak much in the car ride home. I ignored his attempts to whisper jokes or nudge me. I posted one last Instagram story that night. Some lessons are learned the hard way. Leo saw it instantly, and I knew he understood the message without me having to say a word. The end. Leo, not playful, just a smug dick who gets off on making his girlfriend squirm in public for years, then cries drama queen when she finally snaps. Her went from please stop to full scorched earth public meltdowns, screaming at strangers, friends, baristas, and posting receipts like it's a court case. Zero chill, zero off switch. Verdict, yes H, both massive AITA. Break up, delete each other's numbers, burn the social media bridges, save everyone else the headache. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Got a story to share? Drop it in the comments and let us know which one was your favorite. If you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely want to check out my entitled sister quit her job, now demands I pay her bills because I got her the interview. Click here to watch it now.